If you're using the Starlink Priority or Mobile Priority service plans, then you're going to want to pay attention to this video because Starlink is making some massive changes to their business service plans. The old plans, Priority and Mobile Priority, are going away and they're being replaced with two new service plans, Local Priority and Global Priority. In this video, we're going to be talking about the new plans, what's changing, the new pricing, and a big impact for those of you on the lowest data tiers on Priority or Mobile Priority. So let's jump right into it. Starlink says that they're simplifying their business offerings by consolidating some of the base features into all the Priority service plans and then allowing customers to choose either between local or global access. This is already rolling out in places like Italy and New Zealand, but eventually over the next few weeks, this will roll out to every Priority and Mobile Priority subscriber out there in the world. Okay, so let's talk about these new service plans. So we have Local Priority and Global Priority. Those are the two service plans, and they share many of the same base features. So things like Priority 24/7 support, higher speed data because of the increased data prioritization on the Starlink network. You also have access to a public IP address. And Starlink is adding some nice base features to all Priority service plans. So now every Priority service plan will have access to in-motion data. So Local Priority will have up to 350 miles per hour in motion use, and then Global Priority will have up to 550 miles per hour. All the Priority service plans can also now be used at multiple locations, so you're not just limited to a single service address. So previously, like the fixed Priority service, you could only get service at your service address. That's no longer the case. Even with Local Priority, you have access within your home country, and then Global Priority, obviously, you would have global access anywhere that offers Starlink, including on the ocean. And just like with the previous service plans, Local Priority and Global Priority will be sold in increments of Priority data. So you'll pay based on how much data you're using. So with these new plans, if you're a current Priority subscriber, you will be transitioned to a Local Priority service plan. And if you're a Mobile Priority subscriber right now, you will be transitioned to the Global Priority service plan. Now, one of the biggest changes and the main reason that I'm making this video, because I think this is what impacts the most people out there, is that Starlink is no longer offering unlimited non-prioritized data on any of the Priority service plans. So the way it worked before, if you were subscribed to like the Priority 40 gigabyte plan, in the US that would cost $140 per month. You had 40 gigabytes of Priority data. After you used that allotment, you were transitioned to or downgraded to unlimited standard residential data. So if you were the type of person that wanted the Priority service plan to gain access to like a public IP address to run a server in your house or something like that, you might subscribe to that $140 a month plan because you didn't really care about the 40 gigabytes of Priority data. You just cared about getting access to some of those business features, and you could always fall back on unlimited residential data after your 40 gigabyte allotment was exhausted. That's going away. That is changing. You'll no longer have access to unlimited high-speed access on any Priority service plan. The way it's going to work with the new Local Priority and Global Priority service plans is that after your monthly data allotment is exhausted, you will be downgraded to what they're referring to now as basic data. And basic data is hard throttled to 1 megabit per second down and a half megabit per second up. It's virtually unusable except to actually purchase more Priority data so you can continue to have high-speed access. And this is by far the biggest, most widespread change out there on these Priority service plans. And it's why I wanted to make this video today, because I know it's going to impact so many of you that are on those base entry-level Priority or Mobile Priority service plans that are relying on that unlimited data that you get. That's going away. That's no longer going to be the case. And that's going to lead to some massive price increases for some of you, or some of you having to transition back to some of those consumer plans like residential or roam. And real quick, if this video has been informative or helpful for you and you like seeing these kinds of Starlink updates, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of my future videos. Also like the video, it really helps me with the YouTube algorithm, helps me reach more people. All right, so now let's talk about pricing, because that's an interesting part of the topic here. A lot of you that are on the base plans are gonna wanna know how much you're gonna have to pay to be using the same amount of data that you were using before. But let's just start with the basics of these Priority plans. So now with Local Priority and Global Priority, you have basically two parts of the monthly price. You have a terminal access fee, which is a fixed cost, one time per month per each Starlink terminal that you have. And then you have the data, the priority data blocks that you're buying. So for the local priority service plan, you're going to start out with a $75 per month terminal access fee. That has to be combined with a certain amount of data blocks so you can purchase in increments of 50 gigabytes or 500 gigabytes. With the global priority plan, you're going to pay a base terminal access fee monthly of $150 per month, and then you have to add at least 50 gigabytes of data, and you can purchase further increments in 50 or 500 gigabyte blocks. So what that means is that the starting price for local priority is now $100 per month. That's the $75 terminal access fee plus the minimum of 50 gigabytes of priority data to get to that $100 per month. And that is a $40 decrease from the previous priority plan, which started out at $140 per month. So it may seem like a little bit of a price decrease there, but again, you don't have unlimited data anymore. After that 40 gigabytes is used up, you have to purchase additional priority data to be able to maintain high-speed access. For the global priority service plan, the starting price is $250. That remains the same as the current mobile priority service plan. With global priority, again, you have that $150 per month terminal access fee plus the minimum 50 gigabytes of global priority data added in there as well to reach that $250 price. You will be able to automatically opt in to additional data in 50 gigabyte increments. If you reach your limit, you can automatically top up, add 50 gigabytes to maintain access without you having to log in and manually buy additional data blocks. So the price increase that you're going to see basically depends on how much data you were using before and how much of that was priority data versus the unlimited non-prioritized data. So let me just give you an example here. So if you were on the priority 2 terabyte plan before, that would cost you $500 per month. Your price is going to be increasing under this new local priority service plan to $575 per month. So a little bit of a price increase there, but not too bad on those higher data tiers. On the mobile priority, if you were previously subscribed to mobile priority 1 terabyte, you were paying $1,000 per month. Under the new global priority plan with the terminal access fee plus the 200 plus the two 500 gigabytes of global priority data blocks that you would need, that would bring your monthly total now to $1,150. The much bigger change happens though if you were relying on any part of the unlimited non-prioritized data. So let me just give you an example here on how that would affect you. Let's say you used in total about 1 terabyte of data per month, but you were subscribed to the priority 40 gigabyte plan. So that was previously costing you $140 per month. And even though you're using a terabyte of data, 40 gigabytes of that was priority data and the rest of it was unlimited standard residential data. So you still had that base, $140 charge even with all that usage. Under the new local priority service plan, however, you're not going to be able to have that unlimited high-speed access. So your price, assuming you use the same amount of data at 1 terabyte, is going to be going up to $325 per month, assuming you switch your plan to the new local 1 terabyte plan. It gets even worse if you're on the mobile priority service plan. So let's say you were previously subscribed to mobile priority 50 gigabytes. That costed you $250 per month. And again, just like with the priority service plan, after you exhausted that 50 gigabytes of mobile priority data, you had access to unlimited roam data. Let's say you use 1 terabyte each month. So previously that usage would have cost you $250 per month. But now, under this new global priority service plan, if you use 1 terabyte of data, that's going to cost you $1,150. So with these changes, I assume what's going to happen is there are going to be a lot of people that are trying to downgrade to some of the consumer plans like residential or roam. But it's important to note that Starlink doesn't actually allow this. In their terms of service, they say that businesses cannot use the residential or roam plans. You'll have to use either the local priority or global priority service plan. If you are an individual and not a business that was using either priority or mobile priority just for some of the added business features, then you can downgrade your plan to either residential or roam. you'll have to reach out to Starlink, create a support ticket to make that transition happen. So like I had mentioned in the beginning of the video, these new service plans are rolling out at the moment as we speak. They're already rolled out in some places like New Zealand and Italy, but eventually over the next coming weeks, they will be rolled out to all existing priority and mobile priority customers. How these new plans affect you kind of depends on how much data you've been purchasing previously. If you've been relying on that unlimited standard data and purchasing the lowest tier priority plan, then your prices are probably going to go way up, assuming you use a lot of data. If you've been purchasing the appropriate amount of planned data for your usage, then your prices will be going up slightly, but not nearly as much as those on the base level priority and mobile priority plans. So now it's time for me to hear from you. I'd love to know if you're subscribed to one of these priority or mobile priority service plans, what made you sign up for those in the first place, and how do these new changes to the local priority and global priority service plan impact your business or your usage? Thank you for watching. I hope this was informative. I'll chat with you all in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.